Hello. Hey guys, today we're gonna do a NASCAR diecast and NASCAR stuff collection video. I'm doing this for Bubba Wallace 43 fan, one of my subscribers. He suggested this. Alright, so first off, you're probably wondering, where's my Natalie Decker hero card? Well, I sent her fan mail because she had on her site Nice Motorsports, send all the fan mail at Nice Motorsports, so I sent her fan mail. Uh, So sending out some fan mail. So I send off my hero card. So I have this picture. Anyways, first we're gonna start off with my NASCAR diecast of my heroes. Well, my hero, NASCAR driver hero, is Natalie Decker, but my other favorite drivers are Haley Deegan and Austin. I mean, who doesn't like Haley Deegan? I mean, why would you not like Haley Deegan? She's awesome. Like, who does not like Haley Deegan? If you don't like Haley Deegan, that makes no sense. I think Haley Deegan's awesome. So was Natalie Decker. I mean, Natalie Decker's pretty cool too, you know? I think she needs to work on saving the car. I noticed a lot. I think she needs to save it from getting out of the wreck. She's not, it's like she gets in the wrecks, but she's a pretty good driver. She deserves that talent. I honestly don't, I like the NASCAR Grassroots Series way more than the National Series. I like NASCAR Home Tracks, NASCAR Grassroots more, but yeah. Um, Anyways, those are those diecasts. We have the haulers back here, my technical notebook. I write all my stuff down and my plan when I'm going to go racing. These NASCAR Lives Matter. I have a bunch of drawings. I'm a pretty good drawer. You just gotta take your time. Wheel All American Series, Advanced Reports Weekly. But I want to get a career in racing, not art. Oh, comment what you think. Haley Dean for? Drawing him for. Looks the same, huh? What a career in stock car racing, definitely not art. Art's not my thing, I just draw to do. That's my contract. I made my own contract. For fun. Anyways, this is my collection here of all these diecasts up here. As you know, this is my NASCAR Commodore Series car. This is my NASCAR Bandolero car. Yeah, we reviewed this. This is my Natalie Decker. This is my favorite NASCAR paint scheme, Natalie Decker N20. This is my favorite number 52 Natalie Decker Far Out Toys paint scheme, Daytona 2020. So this is a bunch of random diecasts. I've got them over the years. Yeah, so got some 124s in the back. Ken Schrader. Obviously, there's some NASCAR heroes. Ruby decor fun, but remember NASCAR. Remember Sean? Yes. So my 124s. Okay. Get two of my messy room. My mom calls my room messy. I'm like, these are my cars diecast. Look. I'm probably wondering why I had Star Wars there. I don't like Star Wars so much. I love NASCAR and stock car racing more, but I used to have more than one interest. Like, I used to have stock car racing and Star Wars and trains, but then I decided just to focus on stock car racing as a career. So stock car racing is now my number one interest. I like. Oops, I didn't show my face, did I? Oops, what? You can't see it. Oh, I'm trying not to show my face in the videos for a certain reason. If this was a NASCAR driver only YouTube channel, probably, or racing, NASCAR driver, say like people of stock car racing channel only, that like, but because it's for certain reasons, especially because we got some guy named Minimo Fan Page commented on something really inappropriate in one of my videos. I removed him, but that's another reason why I'm not showing my face. Definitely now. And then some weird guy comments some weird things. Like I removed the comments, so I'm like, that's why I am not showing my face. Huh. Yeah, that's my collection. Okay, I do have some diecast in the package I kept. You know, we have Reed Soren's. This is a pretty good paint scheme. Reynolds wrap. I don't think it's on the NASCAR ugly paint schemes list. I mean, it's ugly, but it's kind of cool. It's cool. They only make that was a promo. So they do make promo diecast. Promo diecast means they only make it for it's a promotion. So they didn't make any this year. Comment if they did. But yeah. Fun fact, why Toter is on Healing's car and not Monsters, because Monsters used to like putting tiny logos on the 164s and like doing the 124s. But they didn't do anything for the 124 Halo Demon, so I don't know, huh? But, yeah. So we have some of the diecast in the back in the package here. We have Rich Bickle, KFC 1997, one out of, oops, can't see that here. Let's see. One out of 8,024. This is an original. So Action Racing used to make their diecast in the box. I wish they still do this. But then the last time you see diecast like this in the box, this is Motorsports Authentics Bobby Labonte. Missing the wing because I used to play with it a lot. Limited edition 43 Cheerios Dodge. You know, the 2007 Nexo Cup COTs, those are pretty rare, especially the Dale Jr. COT. So these are some customers. The only NASCAR locals here. Okay, hold on. I gotta get one more. This one more NASCAR grassroots diecast. So, ooh, is this the Dirty? Oh, it's a Dirty Mo Media. This is like his merchandise, Dale Jr. Like every so often, NASCAR Racing will release another Dale Jr. diecast. Like it's like when does not Lion Racing release a Dale Jr. diecast, bro? My stomach doesn't feel good right now. I don't know why. I gotta find it. It's the NASCAR route set. This diecast is Jim Bates 34th. What is that? Jim Bates. Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is a NASCAR local series. I know he won at Madison Race, so I looked it up. I don't think it's a sanctioned NASCAR series or even a sanctioned series. It's just sportsman late model. That's what this is, a sportsman late model. Obviously this is not a drag car. No, this is not a pro stock. It doesn't look like, I do have a diecast of a pro stock down there. It's not a pro stock, definitely. In drag racing, they call it pro stocks, but in stock car racing, we call them late model stock cars. These are, obviously this is an oval track car, just by I can tell, sportsman late model. That's one, my NASCAR grassroots diecast. Then we have, then we have NASCAR Commodore Series Haley Deegan 2020. This is 2013 Jim Bates. They still sold it in 2015. So the whole story of it was that I was at Universal and I couldn't turn it down because I love racing. I always love racing, you know, stock racing. Then here's Nally Dickerson 2952, 2018. Or, yeah, 25. Here's her 52 2020 NASCAR Commodore Series NASCAR Whip Roots. So this is NASCAR Roots diecast. We have 3. They don't really make them that often. So NASCAR Grassroots, they don't make diecasts that much for, as they do on the National Series. The local series, they mostly make for the popular. They don't have any wheel and modified tour. Or actually, they have wheel and modified tour diecast and stuff. You gotta go to NASCAR. Or you go to diecastcrazy.com. They have a custom Justin Bosinger 51 Phoenix Construction Chevrolet. There's lots of Chevrolets. So the manufacturers, Fury is a race car manufacturer. You can either buy your race car from Fury or make your race car. Most people make it, but it's not common that Fury race cars is common. They make race cars for NASCAR, local series and Trans Am. They have a road racing car, but honestly, it looks like a stock car. It looks nothing. It looks like a cup car, a NASCAR cup car. It looks nothing like a road racing car. So the Fury Model S. We have the Fury Model M, Fury Model S, and Fury Model L, which is the late model stock. It's not a super late model. It's a late model stock. Which is a late model stock car. I don't know why they call it late model stock. It's that's kind of lazy to call it late model stock. It's a late model stock car. Anyways, but yeah. Thanks for watching, and yeah. But also Bubba Wallace 43fan. He's one of my subscribers. He actually races quarter midgets. That's cool. When I found out that, I'm like, that's pretty cool. Me, um, I haven't raced in a sanction. Me and Kyle Busch have similar stories, except Kyle Busch I read was Kurt Busch's modified stock car crew. He raced modified stock cars. Kurt Busch, like, so legend cars are a type of modified stock car. That's why when you look up stock car racing, it's not in that category. It's in stock car racing, but it's in modified stock cars. So basically, legend cars, modified stock cars. Good type of modified stock car. But so Kyle Busch was the crew chief, and he raced go karts and at his house basically, and then he raced legend cars. That's kind of interesting because, like, that's like the same scenario for me. But then something like bubbawallace43fan was saying that usually it's well, I trust him. If he race, obviously I trust people who race because I trust bubbawallace43fan. But he says you should start in go karts before Mandoleros because they have a rolling chassis. I mean a rolling cage. I'm like, yeah, that's true. Obviously I know they have a rolling cage, but I definitely trust bubbawallace43fan. Because he races. No, I always trust people who race because I'm still learning. I do learn a lot of engine tips. So if you didn't know this, NASCAR local series they still have carbureted engines. I don't know if they switched back to carbureted for the Cup series. I don't think they have carb. It said in 2012 they switched to fuel injection. I'm like, I think it's for me it's easier. I know how to like fuel injections. Carburetors are easier than fuel injection, I'd say, because fuel injection's harder to work with, honest opinion. For me, I know that because I never worked with a fuel injector or a carburetor, but honestly, I've worked on, like, I have seen carbureted engines. I'm like, I know how they work. The carburetor, there's this fuel jet in it, like, the air goes to the carburetor, okay? Well, okay, we have this and that. And a fuel jet, like, it's like a fuel injector, except it's a jet. It pumps it through the carburetor, and then it goes through these little pipes uh, into the piston, and then there's the spark plug in it. Yeah, carburetors. I like carburetors way better. And fuel injectors, they're good, but carburetors work way better than fuel injectors. I think. I still gotta learn how a carburetor works. It's kind of complicated how a carburetor works. Because, see, this engine here is. Alright, so a fuel injected engine. This is a 4-cylinder engine. This is street car 4-cylinder. 4-cylinder stock cars. So there's 4-cylinder stock cars. 4-cylinder mini stocks. They don't have this type of engine. They don't have street car engines. They have like race car engines. So this one's fuel injected. What happens is the timing chain back here. Okay, here's the timing chain, and it times when it sparks, and when the fuel injects fuel. So that's how that works. That's fuel injection. And how carburetor works. So see, I don't know if I don't think any of these are carbureted. This one is okay. All right, so this is a carbureted engine. I don't know if you can see that, but so here's the carburetor here. So the carburetor is I don't know if I can. I know I can see it. I don't think you guys can see it. It's like kind of zoom in a little bit. So you can guess see. I don't think you can see the carburetor too zoomed in. Gotta go closer. Okay, here. Okay, here's the carburetor right here. Under that. Okay, so here's the carburetor. It's small engine. See, here's the carburetor. Right. So right about under here's the carburetor. As you can see, those pipes going down. What does is the fuel goes through those pipes connecting here. We're gonna lift up the radiator, honestly. Air filters, like, and then it injects fuel in there. So yeah, this is how it works. This is not a fuel inject. This has a carburetor engine. This is a 2007 NASCAR Cup car. It's actually it's sportsman late models look exactly like this. That's funny. And then we have a 2011 Sprint Cup car. This one might be easier to work with. This is a I don't know if this is carbureted. I don't think honestly no, it's not. Is this carbureted? I don't think it is. Looks like it doesn't look carbureted. Yeah, this is actually carbureted. You just can't see it. All right. Yeah, it's carbureted. Um, this one though is from 2014 or 2013. This is hard to open, so excuse me for a second. Don't worry, I didn't turn off my camera. Just I hate how Lionel Racing changed the hoods in 2014 to like we gotta pull it out. It can't even open all the way. All right. This is a good question. Yeah, this is definitely fuel injected. This is not carbureted. Could be carbureted. Oh my goodness. Is it carbureted or fuel injected? I don't know. It's hard to tell honestly if it's carbureted or fuel injected. I know this one's fuel injected, but carburation honestly is easier to work with. Fuel injectors, those things. When you break the timing chain, oh my goodness. When the timing chain bus has a pain with the fuel injectors because that's really hard to fix. It's not easy. It's hard to fix, but it can happen. But it takes hours and patience to fix it. You can be up almost up all night fixing it. It's true. Couple maybe 5 or 10 hours to fix. You can if you want to do that. Sometimes what you gotta do, I guess, if you break it, what happens is I guess well you probably rebuild the engine. I don't know why you would, because I think it just piece. It's I think it's just best just to get a new engine and scrap it. Some teams fix the engine in the NASCAR Grassroots Series. Just fix it at the track, like they're done for the day. But before, like when the race will be still going on, they're just gonna fix the engine. But honestly, I just scrap it. I mean, it's really hard to do. I mean, yeah, I know how to. I think. Well, I don't know how to do it actually. To be honest, with you, because I'm still learning. But I know how it breaks. I know how the engine breaks, but I still don't know how to fix it. So yeah, I know how it works. Carburation. I still gotta. I know like jets, fuel jets drop. Huh. What's it? Fuel to the fuel cells, and then it goes into the engine. The time chain sparks it. Yeah. All the engines that I've like worked with, I haven't even worked on like replaced them, but okay. So but they had carburetors. So carburetors. I like carbureted engine. That's another reason why I love the NASCAR Grassroots series. I think the Cup series might still be carbureted. I have a Cup car from modern day, but you can't open the hood. That's the thing about it. It's those Lionel Racing Lionel NASCAR Authentics diecast that you can't open the hood. It's so annoying. But it's alright. I'm really grateful. But anyways, so that's the video. Thank you for thank you, bubbawallace43fan, for suggesting this. I haven't did this in a while. Oh, here's my NASCAR plush. These are the NASCAR beanies from the 90s. I was actually looking for the plushies you can find like from 2005, but this is the closest I found. So we got NASCAR 50th anniversary. They actually, so the story behind this one is they sent me the wrong one, but honestly, I'd rather keep this one because this is the NASCAR 50th anniversary. This is better than the regular Bill Elliott one, so I'd rather keep this one actually. This one's pretty special. Instead of returning, I just kept it because it's the 50th anniversary. They don't make these anymore, so that's really good collectible. I took the tags off because I'm like, I wanted to sleep with these, put them on bed. Then we have Johnny Benson, Pop Secret Cheerios, Ted Musgrave, Promise Star, and Bobby Labonte, Chevrolet Monte Carlo Interstate batteries. All right. Oh, and I won this at a fair or a festival. Carl Edwards. I was looking for this one for a while. Carl Edwards, 2016. It was made in January of 2017 in China. So funny. Anyways, but Stalker's first next talk show. Honestly, I mean, to be honest, people ask. I wish these diecasts were made in the U.S., but China does a pretty good job making. But honestly, I think we'd make if it was made in America, they'd probably sell more. I mean, they say it's not profitable, make certain stuff. One thing is though, okay, I have a tip. Okay, this is a NASCAR tips. Never buy auto parts from China. They're terrible. Tires, counterfeit tires made in China, do not buy those. I don't recommend buying like race car or automotive parts from Amazon because it's you have to look if it's verified by Amazon if it's a actual Holley carburetor or if it's a Chinese knockoff Holley, which you don't want to buy Chinese knockoff parts. They're dangerous actually and could result to serious injury or death and potentially fire of the car. Don't buy those counterfeit tires from China either because they could really lead to bad injury, especially if you have a blowout on the highway and you're going like 75 miles per hour or 80 miles per hour, which is the typical speed limit for it. Well, for truck, I don't know. I don't care about the street legal stuff. I mostly know about the asphalt though and stock racing. Most actually all stock racing parts are made in the United States of America. America, yay yay! Like Earl Nibbles Jr. All stock car racing parts are made in USA, so you don't have to really worry about like having Chinese knockoff stock car racing parts. You don't have to worry about that. Just I don't recommend buying it on Amazon. Don't buy it on Amazon. Buy it on the actual site like Holly.com. I mean, they do have Chinese parts, but not for stock car racing. Stock car like one thing how to tell if it just say verified by Amazon, honestly, I'd rather buy from Holly.com. They make the dashboard, the carburetors. They make what? Oops, I farted. This is a really long video, but that was it. But yeah, so that's just what I recommend. Don't buy it off Amazon because I got screwed. So um, because I actually bought a knockoff before. I didn't buy a knockoff. It was just so this hat. It's not a knockoff because this is Arkham Menard series. A knockoff would say Arak Sinard series. Like instead of NASCAR, it's a race car on it with the NASCAR. Yellow, red, and blue. But if it's the actual, if it's a counter, if it's like not the real thing and have the logo, real logo, authentic logo, but just like three N's not the same as like what Chase Authentics or like Fanatics. So I want to buy next time I'll buy a NASCAR grassroots hat. I'm gonna buy it off the NASCAR site. They still make them, but they're on clearance. I hope I get them in time before everybody takes them because I don't know the NASCAR grassroots not that popular, but it's on clearance. I mean, sorry, I shouldn't say. They still sell on eBay and stuff. Some buy on eBay. Um, the NASCAR Southern Modified Tour. It's so funny how they used to have a Southern Modified Tour and a NASCAR World Modified Tour. Because the NASCAR World Modified Tour tours mostly in the South and the Northeast. Doesn't really go to the Midwest. They do have modifieds in the Midwest and NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly or the Wheel All American Series. But not exactly like this. The modified tour is mostly in the Northeast and so that's what modified Northeast and South. It doesn't go to the Midwest. The Wheeling All American Series goes all around the United States. They go to Alaska. I don't know if we have like I don't know if Alaska Raceway Park's on the schedule. I mean, if it is, then I don't know if the late model stock division goes to that. I know the late model stock division goes to Midwest, South, maybe the West. I don't know. I'll have to look at the schedule. They don't have an exact schedule for the Wheeling All American Series or the yeah. But if I have a race in that series, which I probably would in the future, I'd probably race in the late model stock division using free racers. So for free race cars, how it works is the engine they make. So they're an engine builder, so they call it Chevrolet Fury. So Fury makes the engine, but they have Chevrolet, race car parts in there. Well, it's how it works in stock racing. You have like a Chevy engine, but like the rest of the cars have the same parts, like, or just like the body made a 5 star. You know how it works, we have a street legal car and then we have the race car, how it works. And then I do want to show you my custom NASCAR diecast. So before I had actual Nally Decker N29 Technologies Far Out Toys, I made this one custom '04. This is like her Trans Am car. And then I made another one. This, I got Sonic. That was my customs Nally Decker. Whoops. And now actually, NASCAR wheel. Yeah, this video was super long today. Explained a lot, so if you want to add this to your how to on stock racing videos playlist, go ahead, because I have a playlist too, but I suggest you don't make it public, so that way nobody uses your methods. So I have this same playlist, how to on stock racing. It's private. It's made by professional race car drivers, but I suggest you do not make it public so people notice. Anyways, yeah. Thanks for watching, and yeah. See you later. And go Nally Decker 44/52. And I love the NASCAR grassroots. NASCAR home tracks is honestly, I've actually never been to a local track. I've been to a national track, but it's also a local track, Michigan Speedway, only because the Arkham Menard series, which is NASCAR home track series, goes there. Anyways, comment, what do you think of my NASCAR home tracks, NASCAR Wheel American Series, NASCAR Arc Menard Series? Anyways, NASCAR home tracks, NASCAR Wheel American Series, and Arc Menard NASCAR American Series. Anyways, thanks for watching and see you later.